Welcome to Staying Connected, a podcast where I talk to people about their stories with VEDS, Marfan, Loeys-Dietz, and related vascular and aortic connective tissue conditions. This is your host, Katie, and before we get into the show, I want to remind you that the views, information, and opinions in this podcast are those of the individuals involved, and the information presented does not constitute medical or other professional advice or services. Any opinions that I express in this podcast are my own and not of my employer. This is the last episode of this season, and I want to take some time to talk about my journey making music about Vascular Ehlers-Danlos Syndrome, or VEDS. Earlier this year, I experienced one of my lowest lows in my emotional journey dealing with my VEDS diagnosis, and I started having suicidal ideations. Luckily, I was already seeing a therapist, and I had a great support system around me to help me through it. One of the things that also helped me was writing music about it. So I wrote this album, Glitter. Glitter is a compilation of 11 tracks, all about different aspects of dealing with VEDS. I won't play the whole album here, I feel like that would be pretty ridiculous, but I want to take some time to talk about what the songs mean to me and highlight my favorite parts about them. Making this music helped me get back up in a big way this year, and if you're struggling with any of these things, I hope you can connect with it too. The first song on the album is called The High. This song is about discovering I had VEDS and then the emotional process of coming to terms with my mortality. Certain quotes in the lyrics are extra meaningful to me. Quote, "I know my veins, they reveal the lie, they reveal the lie. I don't want to die. I swear that I'm alright, but I know my veins, they reveal the lie, they reveal the lie. Oh, I don't wanna die. I'm imagining mountains in the sky. Oh, I'm looking for an answer in the high. The high to me is about reaching for an answer and the adrenaline high from trying to find the answers. I'm facing it head on. I'm still running, but I'm running right into it." Where Were You? Where Were You is primarily about my last serious hospitalization, when I was hospitalized for my renal artery dissection and resulting kidney infarction. Basically, my renal artery tore, and then I lost blood flow to my kidney, causing some of it to die. There were several nights at the hospital where my pain was out of control, and on the first of those nights, I was in a room big enough for at least 2 hospital beds. It was a big room, it was empty, and I was in the back near the window with a curtain between my bed and this big empty room. I was in so much pain that continued to escalate, and then that caused the anxiety to follow. I was crying out in agony, "Help me," and I actually told one of the nurses, "Please don't let me die here." So the line, "I cry out in agony, help me, don't let me die alone in this empty room," is really emotional for me. It was a really hard hospitalization. I'm speaking no truth. I cry out in agony, help me, don't let me die alone in this empty room. Oh, where were you? Oh, the next song, Don't Fear the Bang, is one of my favorite songs on the album. I wanted to play on this idea of not fearing death, don't fear the bang. This song is the dance of fighting not to fear it, but sometimes being afraid. Sometimes I fear it and sometimes I don't, but whether I fear it or not, I'm still not ready to go. Hope can be fleeting, but I need it to survive. When others rely on me, how do I stay alive? 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 The fourth song on the album is called I Don't Know. I wrote this song about grieving a close friend I lost to VEDS. To this day, I still don't know what happened exactly, and it hurts not knowing. I think it always will. It also hurts not having those beautiful conversations about fighting this thing and hoping for a day where we have a treatment. Losing that friend hit me really hard, and I wanted this song to reflect that doubt about being able to beat this after they were gone. I can't help but wonder what you'd say. And I wish so badly that you were okay. I don't wanna live this way. Goodbye is getting old these days. Yeah, you had to go, and now you're gone. In my dreams, we still talk. In my dreams, we say a lot. In my dreams, there's still belief that we can beat this. But you had to go, and I don't know. One day I will fly away. Yeah, I'll drift with the wind. When I go, I think is pretty self-explanatory. I love the idea of when you die, that you fly away. And yeah, that's what I wrote this song about. There's a music video for Carry the Torch that I did for this song, and I am going to put that in the episode show notes. I wrote this song early in 2020 after 3 of my friends with VEDS passed away. I was grieving so hard, and I was spending a lot of time in front of the piano with my thoughts. I wrote this piece to honor them and the community. I wanted to really lean into not giving up and not forgetting them, and this idea that even though they're not here physically with us anymore, that all of these people that we have lost to VEDS are with us still in this fight for a treatment, and that we will not forget them, that they're still with us in this fight. Day after day and year after year, to more of you my heart grows near, and the memories of those we've lost I keep so close within my heart. What will it take for this to change? I fight it every single day. When 47 is a lifelong lived, we cannot become resigned to it. So I will carry your torch, my friend, until we reach the end. I'm going to skip down to Today Is All I Have. This is song number 9 on the album. And this song is about being sick of going to the hospital. I think that when you have VEDS, you are in and out of the hospital a lot. There are a lot of times where you go to the ER and you think that you might be having something life-threatening, or you don't know if it is, but the result of being wrong and not going can be pretty severe. And so you go. And that gets really exhausting to constantly be in and out of the hospital, whether you're admitted or not, and just constantly engaging with the medical system, which has challenges of its own.
Hospital rooms. Ooh, I'm feeling reckless today. Ooh, there's nothing more to say. I'll pretend that I don't have this. Enjoy what I have left. You can
The quote at the end, the very final piece of this song, I say, "I'm not going to the hospital today." And that's actually a result of having to rule out going to the hospital right before recording this album. It was not originally written into the song. I added it in the studio. A few minutes before walking to the studio from the house we had rented on the first day of recording, I got a sudden pain in my leg, and then I felt like I was going to pass out. The only other times I've had this feeling was when I was internally bleeding. I've had that happen to me a couple times before, a couple times before, and it's a really scary feeling. For that first day of the studio, luckily it resolved and I did not pass out, but I was so anxious. There were no obvious signs otherwise that I was having a medical emergency. It was just a tiny bruise, so I was unsure of what to do, and I was also a couple hours outside of where I would normally go to the hospital. I called my doctor, and he was comfortable with me continuing on to the studio as long as I kept a close eye on it and went to the hospital if it got worse. So the 4 days that I was in the studio, I had kind of like this background level anxiety that I had had a bleed in my leg. I had had scans scheduled already for later that month, so I think I would have gone to the hospital if I didn't already have scans scheduled, and of course if I wasn't stable. My scans a couple weeks later showed some turbulent blood flow in the artery where I had the pain, so we had to assume that I had a small self-contained bleed on the day that I went to the studio to sing about dealing with VEDS. It was just a really, I know ironic is probably not the right word. It was like this, full circle moment that I was like, is this really happening? This is very surreal. So I added that line at the end of that song because it felt like the right song. That song is all about being sick of going to the hospital, and it just belonged there.
You can pray all you want, but today is all I have.
I'm not going to the hospital today.
Put away your phone and pay attention, man. Put away your Candy Crush. Put away your phone and just hush. Listen to me. It's a funeral.
The next song on the album is called Glitter. This is the title track for the album. This song was inspired by my mom, who told me she did not want anyone bringing glitter to her funeral. Which, hopefully she changes her mind, because she has many years to change her mind. Being covered in glitter and confetti is the most fun, beautiful experience, and I wish that on everyone. We were joking around about this, and I told her I expected everyone to be covered in glitter at my funeral. I will be very upset if people are not covered in glitter at my funeral, because that is the way that I can ensure that everybody who comes to my funeral has this really beautiful experience of being covered in glitter. We laughed a lot about this, and she asked me to write a song about not wanting glitter at her funeral. It was such a hoot. So I wrote that song just kind of for her, and then I added a bridge that made it about what I wanted. and it turned it into this like joke song. So we had such a fun time recording this music video. I'll leave the link in the show notes. I hope you get a kick out of it too. It's just a very light-hearted way to express that, and also finding a venue that allowed us to throw confetti was a little difficult, but huge thanks to the Seattle Drum School of Music for allowing us to rent that space and cover it in confetti. Really, really made it the best experience.
I hope you know I'm only kidding. I want glitter galore. When I dream of that day, everyone leaves covered in confetti, and it won't be a chore. It's my funeral.
And that takes us to the last song of this album, which is This Is Not the End. I really thought that Glitter was going to be the last song on this album, but the more I sat with it, I realized that it was a little too dark, with $8 coming right before Glitter on the album, and $8 being about trying to cope with this and maybe a poor coping mechanism, and then being comfortable with my funeral enough to throw glitter at it. It felt like the album was not over. I really wanted to end the album with a very intentional song about not giving up and about getting back up. As I said earlier this year, I did struggle with a deep depression that took me to some really incredible lows. And writing this album and reconnecting with music helped me get back up. It felt important that the last song reflect that emotion. I do want to see a day where we can survive VEDS. I want to see a day where we have a treatment that can save us, and where we're not losing family members and friends and community members what feels like all the time. And it's about not giving up on that hope. This song and this album is about not giving up on that hope.
As I told my friends, I won't give up. I'll carry it till the end. And this is not the end. You could say that I'm afraid, and it wouldn't be a lie. But what I'm afraid of isn't to die. It's the pain that comes first, and it's leaving behind unfinished work and people I love. Well, the things I did make a difference for the ones who come next. I'll carry this torch as long as I can to make sure that's true. I hope for a day in which we can say in confidence, we can survive this, we can survive this, we will survive this, we can survive, we can survive, we can survive, we can survive.
I hope you enjoyed this episode. I know it's a little different from what you usually hear on this podcast, and I appreciate you taking the time to listen to this. I hope that you've all had a good year, a year full of rest and care and self-care, and I really, more than ever, I do feel that hope. Earlier this season, talking to Dr. Dietz, and then also Dr. Shane Morris and Dr. David Murdoch, there is so much hope to be had, and I'm not giving up on that, and I hope that you don't either.
I'm picking